107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction.
107.9 FM WWPH Princeton Junction. Welcome everybody to the show. It's here. It's Monday morning once again. I think it's kind of nice out today. It's a lot less cold than it was over the weekend, but we'll get to that in a little bit. It's nighttime in the morning here on the air, 107.9 FM. My name is Julian.
My name's Brenda.
I'm Tony.
And guys, so Brenda did a great job. Brenda was on it last week because basically before any of this became a big deal, Brenda was telling us here on the air about the balloon in China, or the Chinese balloon that actually came to America. And, you know, we discussed it a little bit, and then over the weekend it became like a big deal. And we kind of have to give an update now because we were really early on it.
Yeah, I think I definitely got on it really fast, and I saw it, and I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, nice job giving yourself a lot of credit there, Brenda.
Thanks, anyways, I also did see footage of them popping the actual balloon, so I thought it was really interesting.
Yes, I saw that too. So the United States, as Brenda said, they launched they launched some kind of thing towards the balloon and ended up popping it, destroying it. And China came out. They said it was a spy balloon. Or no, they didn't actually. Sorry, they said it was a balloon used for surveillance for meteorological research, so research on stuff like the weather. But the United States is still claiming that it was actually a balloon that was used for surveillance on kind of America and what was going on there. So we kind of have two conflicting viewpoints, and there hasn't been too much tension yet. But there's fears that this can actually turn into a big issue between the United States and China.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that we have to look out for, and especially because we do have some rising tensions with China that were mentioned, so I think we have to keep this good relation, especially because our economy is really based on Chinese exports.
That's very true, and, you know, we don't want to, like, jump the gun or start making anybody worried or anything, but it is important, because we've been talking about tensions, it's important to note that the United States Secretary of State, his name is Anthony Blinken, he was supposed to go to Beijing, which is the capital of China, last week, and he ended up postponing his trip because of this ongoing issue with the balloon. So this is definitely very much a big deal. We'll have to see what ends up happening. The story is going to keep developing throughout probably the entire week, so you can get the latest updates here on 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction. We're going to take a break on 107.9 FM. Nighttime in the morning. We'll be right back.
I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different.
Different news, different sports, different entertainment, different weather, different traffic, different. Zach, we know everything's different and better, even though we
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
different. On 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the morning, we are back, 107.9 FM at WWPH in Princeton Junction. Right now, we're listening to Her by Drake Stafford. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. We are back. So, Brenda, I know you are a big fan of Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yes, I am.
Brenda really liked it, and then Tony didn't watch it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet,
Okay, so don't worry, we're not going to talk about it again. What we're going to talk about instead is the fact that Avatar: The Way of Water was just knocked off of its reign at the top of the box office. So basically, you know, movies, if they sell at the most, they're number one. And the new Avatar was basically number one the entire time since it's been released, and it was just knocked off. So I figured it would be an interesting time because it actually took Avatar: The Way of Water like over 2 months to be knocked off out of the top spot. So a long time. So I figured we could take a look at some of the longest reigns of box office, you know, number ones that there have been. So number one is a great movie, but I honestly didn't think it would be so high up. And number one, the longest amount of time spent at the top of the box office was E.T.
E.T.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was like that popular. I knew it was a classic movie, I guess, that a lot of children have watched, but I didn't think it was that popular.
I think I feel the same way, and I'm sorry, Tony, to cut you off. I wonder if it's because we weren't around then, so we don't really know the impact that it has, but the fact that we both know it's a classic movie, maybe it's a different story. I'm not really sure. Tony, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I said I thought it'd be a really popular movie. I didn't know it'd be number one. Just a little side note, actually, just for people wondering, including myself. Do you know what actually replaced Avatar: Way of the Water at number one?
I don't remember. We'll take another look and we'll update you after the break. But Tony, this is probably what I figured would be at number one, and it's Titanic.
Oh yeah,
I could've seen
definitely.
that.
I
Yeah.
also saw an ad that they were bringing it back for February 14th or something like that for Valentine's Day.
Interesting.
I thought it was
I don't-
kind of cute.
Oh, I guess because it's a romance movie. I was
Mhm.
gonna say like that's not
That's
the,
true.
I'm a big history guy, so I know what the anniversary of the Avatar, the sinking of the actual boat was. It's April 12th. So maybe maybe they'll bring it back then too. We'll have to see. But we're gonna take a break here on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. Once again, this was Her by Drake Stafford. Song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0. It can be found at freemusicarchive.org, and we'll be right back.
Yo, Danielle, want to go cruising?
Yeah, only if we flip the dial to 107.9.
All right, get ready and hop in. All right, that's enough cruising for me. It's past my bedtime.
Okay, check you later. 107.9's on all week.
So make sure and listen.
To WWPH 107.9.
We are back, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. Right now we're listening to Which That Is This by Dr. Turtle. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0. It can be found at freemusicarchive.org. So, Tony, I know you asked before the break what movie surpassed Avatar for the top spot. The answer is Knock at the Cabin, which I've never heard of before. But apparently,
I heard of
you've
it.
heard of it, Brenda?
Yeah.
Brenda had a weird reaction. You've heard of it too, Tony.
I heard
I
of it.
didn't think it would. My sister watched it and she said it was okay, but she didn't think it was that
I don't
good.
know. It's probably a mix of enough people have seen Avatar that they're not going back, and then this is a new movie that's coming out. So, it doesn't necessarily need to be the quality of the movie,
Yeah.
but clearly, Brenda, your experiences have been that you guys haven't liked it. So, I wanted to check in on something that we talked about last month, because the results are now in. So, if you remember correctly, leading up to Martin Luther King Jr. Day, here at High School North, we held a task food drive, so a food drive for the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen. There was a box outside the main office. You put food in there, and then, they came together. They put it all in in different bags of a balanced meal for people in need of food in the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So the results for that are now out. So basically, 20 meal bags were donated to the soup kitchen. So the school had enough different kinds of foods to make 20 different meal bags. And like I said, a meal bag is basically just a bag of food that has enough of a balanced variety in it that people who are in need of food can get enough nutrition and get everything they would need in a balanced meal. So 20 of them is a lot. So a great job here at High School North for being able to do so. And the bags were actually assembled by TAs, so teacher assistants who worked at the media center.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good cause that we have supported, so I think definitely something that we should be supporting in the future.
Yeah, I totally agree. On that note, I was really hoping that we would hear about kind of another food drive coming up, one that we were talking about, but there hasn't been anything like that so far. But we'll have to see if that changes in the future. We're going to take another break here on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. Once again, this was Which That Is This by Dr. Turtle. The song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0. It can be found at freemusicarchive.org. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back.
Yo, bro, what's poppin'?
Just chillin', dog. You know how I do. What about you?
Son, this is a girl I'm trying to impress. Trying to get them digits, but she ain't going after it. Got any ideas?
Bro, I got you. Here's the plan. Show her 107.9 FM. Only the greatest radio station in the whole entire world, homie. It's run by these chill things called Nirets.
Naira, that's Bouse. And I hope that's gonna help me with the girl.
Tune in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
We are back, 107.9 FM at WWPH in Princeton Junction. Right now in the background, we're listening to Lullaby for Democracy by Dr. Turtle. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. So, guys, we're very good here at nighttime in the morning at one specific thing. If you've been listening along with us, you probably know what it is, and we're going to play it again today. Of course, we are going to be playing Wordle.
Yes,
So-
very fun.
Yes, very fun. We've never lost Wordle. I attribute that to my two co-hosts right here, Brenda and Tony. So hopefully we can keep our streak going. Tony has a very good starting word. Tony, remind me what it is again. It
is alone, but
alone.
we haven't been getting too much luck. I personally do vote that we should change it up. Maybe like we try week wood.
Change it up?
Alright, we
Okay.
can do wood. I like
Wood?
the
WOULD.
new week, new us. Tony, that's a terrible guess. I'm so sorry. We didn't get anything.
Ouch. Okay.
But it's okay. We have some work. We have some time. We have some work to do, but that's okay.
Do we want to try Arise?
We can do Arise. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
Oh no, this is a tough word. We only get the I, and it's not even in the correct spot. So we have 4 guesses left, and all the weird letters left. So Where do we want to go from here, guys? This is very, very tricky.
This is tricky.
Like
Fight.
Fight? Good one,
Fight,
Brenda.
okay.
Actually, it's a very good one.
I
Let's
just-
see. What can we do
Okay.
here with fight? Okay.
Not
That's
the
actually
best.
pretty good.
So we have an I in the correct spot, and we have the H and the T somewhere else. It's probably like TH at the end or something.
TH.
Do you think
at
it's
the end? So
I was gonna say fifth.
something I something TH.
Well, X. We don't know what the first letter is, Brenda. But
Yeah.
So maybe like, how about like?
Could be a double letter?
What do we think? It's like ninth? Isn't that a word?
Yeah, it is.
Ninth?
Hey, guys, did you try it?
No.
Trying it now.
Just try it for a second and let me know.
Oh, that is good.
Wasn't that a good guess? That is the answer. Ninth is correct today. At first, I was going to do fifth, and then I just realized we just used the F. So I was trying to find another one, and we found it. Great job, guys, here today on 107.9 FM, Nighttime in the Morning, Wordle Edition. Once again, this was Lullaby for Democracy by Dr. Turtle. The song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back.
I have Saturday detention. Oh, I'll just skip it.
What are you thinking, Shruti? How could you purposely break the rules like that?
Wait, what? Who's there?
I'm your conscience.
Well, conscience, I don't care. Saturday detention is worthless anyways.
You broke the rules, and now you have to suffer the consequences. Plus, the punishment for missing a Saturday detention is an out-of-school suspension for every day missed. Do you really want more punishment?
She's right. What's one Saturday detention compared to out-of-school suspension? I'll do the right thing.
A message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the Morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH. Right now in the background, we've got Ruffling Feathers by Jesse Spillane. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. So, guys, we heard about it a little while ago for the first time, but they didn't really talk about it that much. They kind of just told us it was happening. And then today, at the morning announcements, they told us a little bit more about the event that we have for both North and South coming up on Friday. It's going to be China Night.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about previous years, so I think it's going to be definitely something that we should look at attending if we have the chance.
Yes, I totally agree. I think it would be really cool. A ticket only costs $5, so if you want to go, hopefully it's affordable enough for you because it seems like a really cool event. I can't go because I have my ACT the following night and or the following day, and I want to make sure I get a good rest because it actually ends at 9, which is pretty late. I need my beauty sleep. But if you don't have the ACT the following day, then I think it would be a really cool event to go to. I'm kind of upset that I'm going to be missing it. But basically, it's people from the world language classes, the Chinese classes. They're going to come together and they're going to tell us, demonstrate to us through different kinds of shows and dances and foods, the Chinese culture and different cultures in East Asia, which I think is really, really cool.
What's unfortunate, as much as I want to go, like, do you know where this is hosted by any chance? Is that South?
It's at South.
Oh, because as much as I want to go, I'm probably not going to be able to because I do have a wrestling match that night. Also, ironically enough, at South.
Oh, okay.
It's our North and South match.
That's cool. So big night, Friday night at South coming up. You got you have you have a multi of selections. You can go to the North South wrestling match. You can maybe go to China night. So there's a lot going on at South. So if you have an opportunity to go and hang out, kind of indulge in what the district's providing for us, that would be a cool way to do so. So we're gonna take another break on 107.9 FM. WWPH here in Princeton Junction. When we come back, Tony's going to bring us some news. This was in the background, Ruffling Feathers by Jesse Spillane. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Susie.
Hiya, Bobby. What do you want to do today?
Oh, I don't know. How about we check out the sock hop?
Been there.
How about we go to the soda shop for a float?
Done that.
What about we go watch the new action thriller comedy drama at the Cineplex?
Seen that.
Oh, I know. How about we listen to the radio?
And we're back on 107.9 FM, your favorite station for music, sports, traffic, weather, and fun.
Nifty. From now on, I'll always listen to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Yo, bro, wake up.
What happened?
You fell asleep again. What time did you go to bed?
I'm not sure. I think 2 or 3, maybe 4. I lost track of time studying for this test.
That's not healthy. Did you know that not getting enough sleep can limit your learning abilities and problem-solving skills?
So I basically crammed for nothing?
Pretty much. Teenagers should be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night.
A message from 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
So what can I say except
step, you're welcome.
You are always welcome to listen to 107.9 FM in Princeton Junction.
There's no need to pray, it's okay. You're welcome.
107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
Good morning. This is Tony with your 107.9 FM Roundup Flash for February 6, 2023. The Mercer County Library System is going to be hosting 9 different programs to celebrate Black History Month. These programs are going to be a mix of in-person and virtual. A Powerball ticket worth $1 million was sold in New Jersey for Saturday's lottery drawings. There were no tickets that were sold that match all the winning numbers, and that would push the lottery up to $747 million for the jackpot. Temperatures in the northeast U.S. dropped to the mid-40s in Fahrenheit on Saturday. This was before the temperature dropped to the negative teens later in the day. The High School North wrestling team is going to be facing the High School South wrestling team this Friday, February 10th. The event will be hosted at High School South. The Super Bowl is going to be taking place this weekend. After a long football season, the Philadelphia Eagles will face the Kansas City Chiefs in Glendale, Arizona on Sunday. Beyonce has been crowned the Grammy Queen as the most decorated artist in history. Harry Styles also had won an album cover during the Grammys event. The West Windsor schools will have an upcoming event. Both High School South and North will have China Night this Friday, February 10th. All trains are on time except for Maine Bergen County. It is currently 44 degrees outside and mostly sunny. And this has been Tony with your 107.9 FM Roundup Flash for Monday, February 6, 2023.
WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Why are you holding 2 vocabulary books? Aren't we only supposed to have 1?
Yeah, we are, but I forgot to do it last night. So I asked Jimmy if I could copy his.
That's cheating. You can get in a lot of trouble. You should just tell your teacher that you didn't do it. You'd feel much better inside.
Yeah, you're right. It's not really worth it. So I guess it would be easier if I just told her.
I learned not to cheat by listening to 107.9 FM.
This message was brought to you by our school radio station, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
.9 FM WWPH here in Princeton Junction. We're back. It's nighttime in the morning. Right now in the background we're listening to Purple by Jesse Spillane. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0 and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. So guys, before we end our show today, we have a little bit more time and I want to talk about 2 things that are really, really cool and they're happening right around us. So the first one has to do with, well actually both of them have to do with Princeton. The university is one of them, and then something else in the town, which we'll learn a little bit later, is the other one. But here at Princeton University, or around us at Princeton University, they just announced that they're going to be increasing the salaries of most of their workers, salaries or wages, depending on what their job entails, by 2.5%, which I think is really cool.
That's a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Some may say that it's only 2.5%, but that might actually be a lot, especially for a person working in Princeton.
Yes.
So yeah.
Exactly. Working in Princeton is huge, Brenda, because it's true that a lot of people, Princeton's very expensive to live in, so if you're living in Princeton and you're working there, then you're going to need to be able to afford your house. But the reason that Princeton really increased the salaries of their workers, or just increased the pay for most of their workers, is because of inflation. Because of all the inflation going on, they wanted to make sure that their faculty is still being paid adequately and that they'll be able to kind of survive the ongoing inflation crisis that's going on here in the United States.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been a big change, especially with everything like groceries and stuff like that are rising, and especially because of housing, like you mentioned. So I think it's definitely a good change that Princeton is adapting to.
Yeah, so most of their workers are getting rises. The only people that are not are unionized workers in the dining hall, which I'm not really sure why, but I guess they just felt like it wasn't the right time or something. But hopefully that changes for them soon in the future as well. We're going to take another break here on 107.9 FM at WWPH in Princeton Junction. This was once again Purple by Jesse Spillane. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0 and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. And we will be right back on Nighttime in the Morning.
There's one thing you should know about me. I specialize in a very specific type of radio station. A high school radio station. It's called 107.9 FM. I think I found a new preset. And this last station on the dial, that's how I get there. 107.9 FM. WWPH. Princeton Junction.
Hey, Kelly.
Katie, where were you all day?
I was so tired. I slept a couple extra hours. I had to save up my energy for the big soccer game tonight.
Katie?
What?
You can't play in the game.
Why not? I'm like the best striker there.
You weren't in school long enough.
What? I came in for the last period of the day.
I know, but according to the student handbook, a student must be present for at least 4 hours of school in order to participate in after-school activities such as clubs, dances, and sports. A message from 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
¿Qué radio es que tú What radio do you like? Gem 107.9 FM.
I like 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Nighttime in the morning, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Right now in the background, we're listening to Something by Kai Ankle. The song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0, and it can be found at freemusicarchive.org. So I set us up before we started our last talk. I talked about how we're going to talk about two things that have to do with the town / kind of label / whatever you want to call it of Princeton. So we talked about Princeton University. Now something that just came out is that Princeton was actually ranked the Princeton Medical Center, which is actually located really close to us here in Plainsboro, even though it's the name Princeton, but that's for a different day. Anyways, it was ranked in the top 250 of the best hospitals in the United States, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, especially because Princeton Hospital is actually really close to us as well. So I think that's definitely an upside of living around here. So, yeah.
Yeah, knock on wood, but if any of us ever needed any kind of thing, we would probably go to that hospital. So the fact that it's so trustworthy is great. I wasn't born here. I was born in Connecticut, but I know a lot of my friends who were born in the area were actually born at that hospital as well. So I think it's really, really cool that we're so close to one that's regarded so highly. So this list, by the way, is done by health grades, and 80% of patients would recommend Princeton Hospital, which is 10% higher than the national average of 70%. So 8 out of 10 people say they would come back to Princeton Hospital, which I think is a great stat as well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely really good to know that we have a reliable hospital around us.
Absolutely. And one other thing, Tony, before we go to you. So Princeton also ranked the highest in the following categories. So we're ranked the best hospital for critical care and for neurosciences, which are both very impressive categories to be ranked number one in. So great job, Princeton Hospital, or Princeton Medical Center here in Plainsboro.
Yeah, I personally can't say I was born in the Princeton Hospital because and I also don't go there when I do go to the hospital. I actually go to Robert Wood Johnson. But despite living in New Jersey most of my life, I was actually born in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's
We learn
far.
something new about Tony every day.
Yeah, I moved down to New Jersey like a year and a half old.
Yeah, we're going to take a really, really quick break here on 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. Once again, this was Something by Kai Engel. This song is used under Creative Commons License 4.0. It can be found at freemusicarchive.org. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back.
You also need 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
We are back with 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction. Before we go, I just wanted to take a moment to address that tomorrow is going to be the State of the Union. So if you don't know what that is, basically every year, the President of the United States gives an address talking about kind of the current status, what's going on in the country. So tomorrow will be President Biden's second State of the Union, and I think it's going to be really interesting. He's so far teased that he's going to be talking about the economy because the U.S. just reported the lowest unemployment rates in 53 years, and we'll see what else he brings up. Usually it's a very long, very extensive speech that covers basically anything and everything you'd want to know about the country and what's going on with it, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, definitely something that we should look out for.
Yeah, something to look forward to as well.
Absolutely. So keep an eye out for that. Whether you watch it or not, we're definitely going to have a lot to say about it here on the station. And, it's even good if you don't want to watch the entire thing to just check out a couple articles or something after the address just to kind of hear what's going on in our country at this point in time. But unfortunately, right now, that's all the time we have here on 107.9 FM, WWPH here in Princeton Junction. Nighttime in the morning. I've been Julian.
I've been Brenda.
I've been Tony.
And we will see you next time here on 107.9 FM. Just remember that 107.9 FM is the last radio station on your dial, but the first in your heart, and we'll see you next time.
107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction.